Welcome. Venus retrograde is happening in 2015 from July 25th through September 8th. There are a few weeks before that and a few weeks after that where Venus is going to be in shadow period. So we may see some similarities, some things starting, rising, finishing up in that shadow period as well. Therefore, this reading may extend on to its shadow period. I wanted to do this little introduction to say a little bit about what Venus retrograde is. First of all, Venus is the planet that governs over beauty, values, love. And so when it is going retrograde, it is going through a revisal phase. It's moving backwards, it's reevaluating things, changing things around, tweaking things from the past and our current situation to make it better for the next cycle when Venus goes direct. So I will be talking in this reading about those areas specifically: money, self-value, self-worth, values, and love, as well as beauty. I want to recommend for anyone who has their birth chart and knows their moon and Venus sign that you choose the video of your moon sign and the one of your Venus sign to listen to. But if you don't have that information, or you just don't want to and you'd rather listen to your sun sign, go for it, go ahead. Depending on how deep you want to go, how much information you want from the readings, you could listen to the moon sign video, the one for your rising sign, as well as Venus and the sun. It just depends on how much you want, how much time you want to spend, and how much you want to hear, because I think there are going to be bits of information for you in all of those. Alright, so thanks for listening to the introduction. Here we go. Hi Leos! So I am going to do first just a general sort of overview, a quick overview, and then from there I'm going to get a little more specific and go into money, love, values, self-value, beauty, and give you 2 special cards at the end. Alright, so here we go with the overview. Okay, cool. We have maturity, success, and guilt. So I think that this Venus retrograde for some of you is going to be about learning not to feel guilty about your success. Like there's always going to be people who are less fortunate in certain areas, less successful in certain areas than you, and more successful. And I think a number of you are going to be having some situations arise and some opportunities to rearrange some belief systems that you've had in place that have been causing you to feel guilty about your success or lack of success, feeling guilty about not being successful enough in certain areas according to your own belief system, and about cultivating a more authentic you, a more mature, authentic you, and knowing yourself in that way better. That's pretty cool, having a more mature attitude perhaps towards the rest of the world as a result. Now to get into the specifics, and do 2 cards for each of those areas I mentioned. So we've got money, love, love, values, values, self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, etc., and beauty. Cool. All right. You have past lives and letting go in your money area. For some of you, I think this is going to be about letting go of what's happened in the past. For some of you, that's going to mean forgiving yourself. Maybe you've made bad investments, things of that nature. Forgiving yourself, letting it go, letting it become the past. See, it's not there anymore, gone. For some of you, I think this is about like challenging you and asking you to reevaluate your paradigms, your belief systems. Maybe you've had them all of your life, you know, but your long-term belief systems, your paradigms around money, what you believe to be true, because something new is ready to come in and replace it and be better. Like, this is outdated. This can be about letting go of stuff that's happened way in the past. Debts, friends owing you money, relationship conflicts around money. I keep hearing like dad for some reason, but like as an example, you know, you feel like your dad ripped you off or cheated you somehow, having to do with money, and like to let it go and just move on. I think it's very much about something in the past that's been going on for a while. It's like possibly even all you've ever known. A way of doing something with money. You know, it might be like you want to have your own business, but you were taught to work for other people, and that's all you've ever done. It can be, you know, your cultural beliefs about money. But it looks like something that's, you know, been going on for a while. For some of you, stuff that's been going on for a while, probably paradigms, beliefs about money, attitudes towards money, and therefore the way you think about money and act about money, the way you talk about money, all of that. Because of that deep-rooted paradigm, it's like ready to go, but it's like you're standing on the edge and you're scared. You don't know what it's going to be like to take a jump, you know, to fall down, what it's going to feel like, and you're scared. And this Venus retrograde could be preparing you to do that by having you look at, I think it's just largely going to be for a lot of you about stuff coming up that's leading you to realize that something is outdated and ready for change, and that you're afraid of it, that it's going to be very different. It might be starting to get the details of like what's next, what are you going to do next, if you let this go, where are you going, what's going to happen. I don't think you can have all of the details though. It's really about like, you're very focused. See, this is like you in this picture, okay? You're very focused on all of these people, all of these other beings, and they're all the past, okay? But you haven't recognized that they're the past yet. And now you're starting to look in the other direction, but you're not looking towards the future yet. You're just looking off to the side. So it's about turning away from the past, the way things were in the past, all kinds of stuff. So that's what I think the Venus retrograde around money is going to be for a lot of you. Separating the past and getting ready for an upgrade. Learning how you can let go of it. Probably for a lot of you, doing some emotional work to make yourself feel secure enough to do it. Alright, love. We have 2 major arcana cards that are right next to each other in the deck. We have the 3 of major arcana, creativity, and the 2 of major arcana, inner voice, which is very cool. I think you're going to get an opportunity. This is opportunities, lessons, and experiences about learning to listen to your inner voice and connect with your inner voice, how to hear your inner voice more clearly, and from that, have creativity, creative expression. Create things based on what your intuition is telling you, what your heart is telling you inside, not outside, not what's going on from without. So it's about listening to yourself and hearing not just your mind clutter, but hearing, your heart and your soul voice and intuition. Spirit guides for some of you as well. And finding ways to have fun and create from that. Being inspired to create. This can be creating the relationships you want, bringing romance into your current relationship, finding ways to make it more of what you want it to be, ways to, if your partner's unsatisfied and been unsatisfied with some aspect for a while, finding creative ways so that you feel good and comfortable, and they're also getting what they want, ways to fulfill their needs that involve you honoring your inner voice. Lessons of these sorts. This can also be, if you're single or depending on your situation, this can be about getting in touch with what you really want in a partner, if you want a partner, what you really want in a partner, and creating a vision of that, creating a list of, must-haves, that kind of thing. And being creative about, like, well, where am I going to look for them? Very cool cards. Inner voice and creativity. I like it. Alright. Hope you can hear this reading over this lawnmower outside. Next we have values. And you have suppression and you have adventure. In order to get more in touch with what you truly value, and some of you may have even forgotten what you truly value, you need to let out your inner child. You need to be playful, go on an adventure, get out in nature, take risks, be childlike. I'm talking about, don't just take risks and nothing else from my message, okay? But being childlike, a little more trusting, maybe, curious, go on an adventure, explore what your values could be by trying things, and listening to your inner voice. Suppression is the 10, so it's the end of a cycle. It's ready to evolve into something new. If you work through it. So I think it's going to be about you have a lot of suppression of your values. So it's going to be, there's going to be lessons, opportunities, experiences, either, you know, there's things that you have to be awake for, opportunities. You have to be awake and see them and go, ah, that's what that is. That's a challenge. I can, you know, and accept the challenge. For some people, experiences are just going to happen, like a ride, you know, like somebody shoots you with a water gun and you're wet versus you got to go to the sink and splash water on yourself type of thing. Where you become aware of certain things that you are, you've been suppressing and not allowing to be, you've been stuffing things down. This might be like your true values, not living in alignment with them, and just suppressing down the way you feel. Okay, like if you're working for a company and you find them unethical, you know, it's not in alignment with your value system, you're just suppressing your feelings down and keep it going, stuff's gonna arise. It could, new adventures, stuff might happen, so, you know, you have to take an adventure. You might lose that job. Just an example, I'm not trying to frighten anyone, but that's what I think is going to be going on around values for Leo's part. But again, like I said, the medicine for this is be adventurous, be childlike, open your heart, go have fun, be playful, be curious, and so forth. All those things I just said before. Alright, so we've got self-value, self-worth, self-esteem, and so forth. And you have politics. Politics and silence. So I think something that you could do is to meditate, find the inner silence, inner peace, embrace silence, to help with, if you've lost touch with who you really are, or you're feeling kind of like you have different aspects of you. There's the way you are at work, and then there's the way you are at home. There's the way you are with your friends, and then there's the way you are with your lover. It's like there's different, you're a bunch of different people. That has to do with this card, the politics card. This is being, can be being like shady, being inauthentic. This guy like covers his face with masks, you know, and actually he's the snake. They're both a lie. But he puts on a face depending on who he's talking to. So no matter what it is, if it's that, it's like you acting a certain way, and you've lost touch with who you are, and you're not having self-value because of that, because you're not being yourself, loving yourself and being yourself can be, you know, there's probably going to be challenges, opportunities, experiences around that. It might be like you're getting exposed and embarrassed because people will see your true colors and see that you've been hiding. Could be all kinds of things. Trying to be more authentic with everyone, and especially yourself, starting with yourself. Going inward, getting in touch with source and your inner strength, you know, the silence, giving yourself silence to clear your thoughts, building some confidence from doing that, you know, taking steps to do that, maybe small steps to build more trust in yourself and other people. It might be a good idea. But I think that's going to come up. And for some of you, it might be like you're losing relationships and finding yourself alone, because these are lessons that are needing to be heard, to be taught, you're needing to learn. So, medicine, just more time listening to yourself and being true to yourself, allowing yourself to be true. Let's look at that. All right, in beauty, this is pretty interesting. You've got change, 10 major arcana. This is like stuff that's been perhaps big stuff going on for a while, and playfulness. Okay. So if you are thinking about doing some sort of alteration to your appearance, I would say the message with these cards is go ahead and, get a little bit playful, try some new things out, have a little bit of change, but Venus retrograde, there is, we're looking at things differently than we do the rest of the year, okay? And if you do something permanent or hard to reverse, you might really regret it later on. When Venus goes direct, you might be like, what was I thinking? And you're stuck with this horrible haircut you hate, or tattoo on your throat, or something like that. So the change card has the message, actually, one of the messages with the change card is that things are always in a state of change, but to what degree? Here in the middle, there's the yin yang, okay? There's the black and white, feminine, masculine, balanced energy. And then from there, things get a little more complicated. We've got the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, water. And then it goes on to, what is that? That can't be the I Ching. There's more than that. Eventually it goes to the zodiac. But the point is if you are clinging to the edge of the circle, you're going to get dizzy, spinning around and around and around. And it advises you to go in where it changes slower, where you're not spinning so wildly, where it's more... Anyway, I'm rambling. So the message I get with this is go ahead and be playful and try out some new things. Buy yourself a new hat that a little out of your normal style, or what you've been, your current style. Go ahead and change it up a little bit. Buy yourself a new hat, a couple accessories, depending on what your budget is. Don't go and donate all of your clothes and spend all of your savings on new clothes, because you may hate them later on. Permanent stuff I already talked about. Henna tattoos, cool. Actual tattoos, I would wait. That kind of thing. Just trying to see if there's any other message here. The change and playfulness in the category of beauty. For some of you, your concept of beauty, what is beautiful, what is ugly, might be changing a little bit and adjusting. I would just say, I'm gonna just say, try not to be too serious, concerned about that. Just try to enjoy yourself, have fun, be lighthearted, and I think that's the way to. And also accept change. Some things are definitely wanting to change during Venus retrograde, and the more you can hang loose with that and just be playful and lighthearted and not too serious and rigid. That's what I'm thinking of, rigid. Rigid and trying to stick to your old ways. I'm a fixed sign too. So the more you can be that way, I think the more beauty you're going to experience during this Venus retrograde phase. All right. So now to the 2 cards from the White Eagle Medicine Wheel deck. I've really been enjoying giving these to people in this reading. It's been really powerful. So most of the cards in this deck are animals. Not all of them. There are grandma and grandpa, grandmother and grandfather guidance cards as well, and there are a few, I think 3 or 4 totem cards, but they are totem cards, kind of. Boy, I'm getting rambly, sorry guys. And ladies, these cards are going to be messenger cards, and they will be helper cards, guides for you, helper cards, or helpers for you throughout Venus retrograde this year, if you will have them, if you would like them to be and will allow them to be. So if animals come forward, or whatever comes forward with a message and so forth, it's here to guide you. But animals that come forward, you may wish to do deeper work with that. Spirit guide meditations, animal guide meditations, and so forth. Or just looking information up about these animals. Seeing if your intuition sparks anything deeper. Alright, here we go. You have turtle and reverse pipe carrier. So I'm just going to read these right out of the booklet for you. Turtle. Turtle medicine connects us profoundly with Mother Earth and our own inner knowing. It reminds us to be grateful for the abundance bestowed daily upon us by Mother Earth. Call Turtle anytime you feel spaced out or ungrounded. Drawing the Turtle card shows you are learning to listen to and respect your physical body, the earth of your being. You have learned to pace yourself and gained an intuitive knowledge of the right time for some actions. And reverse pipe carrier. I think this is a grandfather card. There we go. If the pipe comes reversed, it is asking if you are dishonest with yourself and others. And this came up with the politics card, remember? Guy with the masks, or the snake with the masks. Alright, so it also means offering grateful thanks for all the gifts of life and spirit. Have you failed to give thanks to the Creator and Mother Earth for your life, food, shelter, and friends? Have you taken everything for granted? Grandfather pipe carrier crumbles some aromatic leaves, sorry guys. I give you this pure tobacco. Used with respect, it will not harm you. Take a pinch of it in your hand, breathe your prayers into it, and sprinkle it on Mother Earth as an offering. Your prayers will be answered. Alright, thanks Leo.